Alright, so this is a review, yeah, on Drake's mixtape called Dark Lane Demo Tapes. So the artwork is very interesting. It's got basically him wearing a belly, which is interesting. Um, Considering his personality, I guess. It is very intriguing, but he's an actor in it, so you got to do what you got to do to maintain whatever. Um, but anyway, there's basically 14 tracks, so let's just get into it. So the first track is Deep Pockets, When to Say When, Chicago Freestyle, Not U2 featuring Chris Brown, Tootsie Slide, Desires featuring Future, Time Flies, Landed, D4L featuring Young Thug and Future, Pain 1993 featuring Playboy Carti, and then Losses, then From Florida with Love, and then Demons featuring Vivio Foreign and Sosa Greek, and then the last track is War. Um, Firstly, I don't understand why, if you're already an established artist, why you need to actually do a mixtape. Do you understand? I just don't get it. Because for me, I thought the whole idea of doing mixtapes is because you are trying to establish yourself as an artist. You want people to be familiar with your name, yeah. And yeah, I just, for me, that's from my understanding from me when I used to do music and stuff like that. So that was my intent, purpose, and stuff like that when I did mixtapes. And the other side of it is, you're doing music or cover versions of certain songs and stuff like that. So that's another side of it. But to me, from listening to this mixtape, it sounds like they're actual, rhythms that are actually created for him. Do you understand? So I don't know. Um, I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on what your thoughts are on, you know, what the idea of a mixtape should be like. And then plus on the other side is people need to start calling them mixtapes. That era is done. Unless you create um music for the actual a cassette tape, then cool, call it a mixtape. But if it's like streaming services now and you're putting on streaming platforms, call it a playlist, mixed playlist. Like, you have to move with the time, move with the errors. You understand? Keep it simple. Keep it like, I know sometimes, yes, it's nice to keep certain names, but at the same time you can still flip it. Knowing Drake, he probably possibly could be the first to do something like that. But I don't know. You understand? I don't know. Someone else might do it. I hope someone else does it, to be honest with you, because someone that is new, that is fresh, that is still trying to get their name out in a scene, because then it makes more sense because they're trying to get their name out there. But anyway, as far as tracks that I like, the one that really took me by real surprise was the D4L track, track number 9 featuring Future and Young Thug. I'd never thought I would like a Young Thug track. I don't know. This is the whole thing about. Never mind. And yeah, so it took me by surprise. It's just the rhythm itself, like, and I think this is why Drake, from my personal experience or my personal opinion, why he actually is someone that is had a sustainable career for the past decade from the moment I've recorded this video. It's because of his beat selections. That's it. I don't think, like, when it comes to rapping, right? Yeah, he's got some bars, cool, not as special, because I've heard better in it. Like, I've heard better, and so some of his hooks are decent, cool, still heard better, and yeah, so for me, I just feel like at the end of the day, with Drake, he knows how to pick beats. Simple, and he's capitalized on, for example, like UK drill sound, right? He's capitalized on that. So obviously the track War, he did his thing on that. Now, still think he should have got Heady One on that track, or at least a remix. Do you get it? Because he's using his flow. For like he's using his flow. But Heady One doesn't want to do any UK drill for now. So I don't know. But well, he says that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe he was just joking around. I honestly don't know. But I would say Drake should definitely get Heady One on a remix for War. It just makes fucking sense to me. It just does. Yeah, other than that, it's interesting that Drake has got two features with Future on this mix, yeah, on this mixtape. It's very interesting. So I guess there is really, you know, there's some artists that you work well together with. I guess him in Future gonna do another collab project coming soon. I don't know. Do I care? No. But when I listen to it, maybe. But yeah, let me take one track, and if it's out of context or in context, it is what it is. Desires. Nah. Desires. Yeah, let's talk about Desires. Look, before I even get into that, yeah, the Chris Brown, it seemed like he's regularly now working with Chris Brown. So if a collab project with Chris Brown happens, I wouldn't be surprised. I just simply wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so Desires. Um, in fact, before I get into that, I wanted to mention as well. Um, Wiley once said that sometimes homage is not, when you're paying homage, it's not always homage. And I genuinely believe, and this is just what I believe and what I feel, like Drake was trying to pay homage to Michael Jackson, right? And I believe it's in, is it When to Say When? And then he did another reference in Tootsie Slide, which I also believe part of that dance is a watered down version of a typical Jackson 5 move. You can watch their videos for when they're performing, and you can see and compare it yourself. I'm not even, that's just from my perspective, innit? Was Tootsie the dancer did that intentionally? Possibly not. Especially if you create something within 40 minutes from the interview I saw. It's like some things are within you subconsciously, so you're gonna pick up on it and you'll just be like, oh, well, let me do this. Not realizing you actually are mimicking or copying or doing something similar to what it has already been out there. There's nothing new under the sun, and end of the day. Alright, so, but yeah, I feel like with Drake, because put it this way, the reason why I say with Drake it's not homage to Michael Jackson. It's simply because at the end of the day, yeah, cool, you say you're a Michael Jackson fan, cool. But it's like when that documentary happened, or not even documentary, that mockumentary happened, he took the song off his playlist to perform. Now, I understand what Dills or Ziggy Jackson was saying, which is one of Michael Jackson's nephews. Like I understand him saying when he was talking about it in an interview, I can understand the perspective that it's just business, blah blah blah. But for me, if now this guy is turning around and now doing a reference to Michael Jackson and stuff like that, to me it's like, oh, you know that Michael Jackson is the biggest brand in the globe, like around the globe. He is the biggest brand. The biggest. You understand? So it's easy for someone to use his name to profit from. You understand? To leap onto. And I've heard people call Drake a culture vulture. Even I've called him a culture vulture at a time. But now I understand it's not necessarily being a culture vulture. He may just really like that culture or like those cultures and just wants to be part of it and do his little twist on it or whatever the case is. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to life, you're going to be influenced by other things anyway. So, yeah, it is what it is. And if you've got that platform to shine light on it, you will if you can. But like I said, I don't think he's really paying homage to Michael Jackson. I just like because then he could have easily said, "Look, that mockumentary or whatever." You know what I mean? Like now I realize what the real truth is. Blah 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 blah. Cool. If he said that, whether he's genuine with it or not, then at least I could say, you know what? Yeah, he's definitely paying homage to Michael Jackson. But never, because he never said that. To me, I'm just saying it. He's just using Michael Jackson's name to profit from. But anyway, back to taking one song out of context or in context is what it is when it comes to the song that Desires. So yeah, Desires and Time Flies. See, time really flies when you are going after your desires, yeah, and you're living your truth, yeah. And the hardest thing, not even the hardest, the challenging thing about life is sometimes you end up settling for what not really what you desire. So you're always going to desire more, you're always going to want more, 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 more. You're never really going to be satisfied. So at the end of the day, in order to overcome that, to really achieve your desires, yeah, is you need to develop yourself. Firstly, whether you're a man or woman, you've got to develop yourself as a thoroughbred alpha male if you're a man. And if you're a woman, you've got to develop yourself as a pure feminine woman. So naturally what will happen is the things that you desire will naturally, in a way, come towards you. Do you understand? Like, I know it sounds nuts, but you are a magnet towards your desires. Like, they come to you. You don't really have to chase them. See, when people talk about you got to chase your dreams, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't chase your dreams. You don't chase them. You're not running. You're not running after them. You're actually living your dreams. You're living your desires. You're doing exactly what you got to do with the resources you have at that present moment around you, with the people you already have around you. Do you get it? So that's one thing. And then it's the same thing with the course career and business. You learn how to develop yourself as well. You learn what your personalized mission on earth is. Once you know what your personalized mission on earth is, aka your purpose, it's easy for you to truly, go and, be a stronger magnet to your desires. So, the link to that, to learn all that, is if you click the link in the description box below, which is to become a member of the Akibula Trust. That's where you're going to learn in the course roles and relationships to do with developing yourself as an alpha male, pure feminine woman, plus the course to do with career and business to know exactly what your personal mission on earth is and go on that mission. Alright? Yeah, so as far as this mixtape is concerned, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. I just feel like with Drake, I feel like he's not trying. Like, there's some artists that don't need to try and it's still gonna come off effortless. But with Drake, you can tell that he's not really putting in that extra effort that he did in the early stages of his career. And I get it, sometimes you can get complacent with certain things because you're like, oh, it's gonna bang anyway. You understand? Like, you get complacent, but when it comes to anything you do in life, you've always got to give 100,000, 10%. You understand? You always got to give more than you can give. Yeah, always. So that's why I give it a 7 out of 10. The beat selection is top tier, but other than that, the flows and the yeah, let me not get into that. But like I said, 7. Did I say 7.5 or 7 out of 10? I can't remember what I said. I just said around 7. So yeah. But anyway, the link to the mixtapes in the description box below. And yeah, if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below. Also leave in the comment section below what your favourite tracks are. And yeah, see you on the other side.